Welcome. It is Relationship 360. Welcome once again. I hope your night was good. I hope you didn't spend it watching Ghana. They disappointed all of us, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not like they showed us anything different at the end of the day. Barrister Olumide is here. I'm here. My name is David. You know, not to make myself insignificant. And of course, everybody is here. Everybody that is of note is here. Barrister Olumide, welcome.
Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm fine.
Awesome.
What do we have for us today?
No, we'll do our best. We'll do our best today. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Relationship 360. As usual, we really appreciate you and do not take you for granted. Firstly, give my special regards to the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment under the auspices of Madam Eunice Omo Fonwa, who brought me to speak on the 1st of July against the rising spate of child sexual abuse. Thank God it was a fantastic event. Met Mrs. Badijo, the incoming director of the South. She's the regional Southwest director for the Ministry, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. The uncle, Mrs. Ajibade, God will honor you as well. Thank you for it. Was such a fantastic time, and we learned a lot. We pray that ministry would impact on labor and employment. Their theme was to do their best to reduce this rate of child labor in Nigeria, which is a huge problem, where children have to drop out of school early to join the labor market because of the incapacity of the parents to provide. It was a very important meeting, and I was glad to be a part of it. Back to Relationship 360. Last week was a tribute to the fathers. It was to celebrate a belated Father's Day message from me to the fathers, which Father's Day was the third week in June. Every third week in June is Father's Day, the third weekend, third Sunday. I mentioned briefly, after speaking to the men, a matter that is coming up again, I called it isolation. That is the matter of isolation in marriage, where a spouse finds him or herself in marriage having to choose between her family and her husband. The husband telling the wife, you have to break off from the marriage. That's be from your family directly or indirectly. Anytime the family of the in-laws come, they are met with hostility by the other spouse. And then it comes to a time where you are told that, you know what, I don't want any of your family members here. When you call them, it is a problem. And then you are isolated from family and friends. After talking about this last week, this week was full of messages. It was ridiculous that so many people have been isolated by their spouses. That is, you have a home where your own family members are not welcome. Your wife or your husband will make it so uncomfortable for friends. Each time your friends come, they are met with hostility. Each time your family members come, they are met with a lot of hostility and malice, where you cannot tell your spouse you want to go and visit your family members. It will be an issue, and increasingly you are separated from your family. So I talked about this last week. I ought to be on another topic now, but the how would I put it? The number of calls and messages alone from parents who have not seen their children, either my son or my daughter, that they have, a parent called, has not seen his son in 11 years. 11 years. Not to talk of the children, that is the girl child, the wife. Those that they can't even call. There was one that each time he calls his daughter, it is the husband that picks up the phone. Hey, let me now quickly go back in time to this issue of isolation. I mean, when your mother comes for Omugo or to visit your child, your spouse is very unwelcoming, rude. This is psychological abuse. Let us start with this issue of isolation. The Cambridge Dictionary defines isolation as the act of setting something apart, or a state of being separated or disconnected from others. So it is a total lack of physical, social, and communicative contact with society. Now, one thing about isolation is that once a spouse, especially the husbands, isolate their wives from friends and family, the isolation extends to economic isolation, where the man also tells her to resign from the job. He totally pulls her away from every source of life. Number one is family. Number two is economy. That is where you earn. If you are working, they will say you should resign from your job as well and take you away. So you are totally isolated from people. You are totally isolated from economy. So you are totally dependent on the man. And this is allowed to continue. For a period of time, the person loses their identity. The person has no identity. Family has been cut off. It's like someone cuts off your last name. So instead of Olumide Kayode Omoshebe, I'm just Olumide. Then they now cut off my profession. So the barrister Olumide now becomes just Olumide, because I've been cut off from my profession, cut off from what I do. So I just exist as plasticine for someone to mold any way they feel like. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are born into a family where your parents birthed you. A man is referred to as the cause of a pregnancy. The seed comes from him, taken and incubated by your mother, birthed you, took care of you when you were sick. They nursed you to recovery, fed you, clothed you, sent you to school, ensured you had an education. Through them, you have a home, you have clothes, shoes, for at least 20 years of your life. Your siblings were there, they supported you. Anybody that fought against you, your siblings would show up. You know, they were there for emotional support. You knew you had people. When you call your brother, even as you go older, I need this, I need that, they make it available to you. And then one day you meet one gigolo, you meet one guy, and you meet one girl, and eventually you get married, usually in the space of a year and a half, 2 years. And then after your marriage, issues start happening, and then the person tells you that for peace to reign in this marriage, I am your head, I am the husband, you must be closer to me and my family than to yours. You are to leave your family. The Bible even tells you that the man would leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. But this time it is the man telling the woman, you cleave to me. Let me leave that. And then it is okay. In your mind, this is okay for you to accept. You accept because of marriage to disconnect from your own family. You accept because of a person you just met barely 2-3 years ago to disconnect from the backbone that has been for you for over 20 years. I think people should know that this is wrong. The moment it is suggested, that is the moment you should know that you are not married. This is a trap. Because isolation begins gradually. The hostility starts building up. And usually after the first child, because, listen, the only thing that abusers are able to solidify their abuse with is with the birth of a child. Because it is easier for a woman easiest for a woman to leave a marriage when she has no ties, no child for the marriage. So they are aggressive reproducers. They make sure you have a child, then you begin to see new characters. Why? Because it will be harder for her now to leave because of a child. Why? Because the bunch of unwise people that will say, no worry, because of the children. Because they use children as an anchor for abuse. Because of the child, because of your children. Remain in the marriage, just endure because of the child. No, you don't use children as an excuse to harbor abuse. You don't use children as an excuse to make your house a crime scene. How do children that you brought into this world will now be the excuse for abuse? Don't you think if the children knew better, you think a child would insist or advise you to remain in abuse because of me? No. That thing that you hear is a template for abusers. Abusers use it because their main, what would you call it? Their power source, their generator is from childbirth. So they make sure, it is usually abuse always starts when you now see that you are getting to 8-9 months pregnancy. After the first child, you will start seeing something different. They start showing you who they are. How is it possible for you, even your family members, to be okay with it? I want to go and see, you would say that, they are now married. What is that? Is marriage a change of is it a change of title in terms of she is no longer my child because she is married to somebody else? Till the person dies, the person has a father and a mother. It's not a title that changes with marriage. It is permanent. And parents are okay. Oh, I've not seen them in 2-3 years. Don't you think you should know there is something wrong? And then you should also probe. One day, all of you should, oh yeah, let's go and look for what is going on. And you yank your daughter out. If the man says, hey, this is my house. Really? And this is your house, this is my child. Yenko, this is your house, this is my child. You can take your house, I will take my child. But then some children are not trained emotionally to differentiate. What you train your children on basically is religion. And what does religion tell them? Submit. And that is why they say, don't worry, submit. Are you submitting a piece of paper? Are you submitting a test score? Are you submitting SSE or WAEC? What are you submitting? When are you told to submit to the devil? Submission is not to the devil. If not, then I think we could as well kiss our salvation. You say salvation, meaning submitting to God, which is good. You don't submit to bad. You don't submit to abuse. You don't submit to wrong. Every person that tells you to submit to abuse is an abuser. Anybody that looks at you being abused and what they can tell you is, don't worry, submit. You see, that is the religious rascality, and that is why Christians have the highest rate of failed marriages in the entire world. Amongst all religions that exist, it is a statistical fact. 87% of divorces, separations, domestic violence in Nigeria are from Christians in marriage. 2025, was it 2025? The Pew Research Center, January, their first quarter report in the US stated that Protestant Christians account for 51% of divorces in the US. So that tells you not only here, but abroad, as long as you are Pentecostal, you belong to the Protestants. They account for 51%. That means they are majority shareholders in the rates of divorces, even in the US. In the UK, now Christianity has gone to 2%. That is, people, you see that they are selling their churches, they are selling their cathedrals. There's a cathedral now that has been sold, it is now a nightclub. Because abuse hides under religion. Abuse always hides under religion. It hides under tradition. Why? Because abusers are the heads of the industry. The CEOs, the Oloriebis, the Daddy GOs. Because there is nobody that will have a child and watch the child in abuse and then tell the child to go back into abuse. That child does not belong to you. There is no animal on the planet that will give birth to a child, even a chicken. Go near its chicks, it would attack. A dog, go near its pups, it would attack. There is no animal that will not attack. Only human beings. And the only thing that would dampen the instincts given to man is religion and tradition. Those are the only voices that subvert natural instinct. It is only religion and tradition that would watch a child sink, and they will say that is God's will for the child to die that way. That's how God has written it. It is only religion and tradition that will make an excuse for the abuser. Anybody who finds that you are giving that, it's a condition. They start building into their conditions that you have to choose between family and friends. When the family has done nothing wrong, there are some people that their family are their problem. I'm not talking about that one, just I use myself as an example. Ever since I've been married, no family member of mine has been to my house. I won't, no family member. No family member has been to my house. And that was my decision. Not a sibling, none. That is my decision, and it is my own. It is not, I can now say because my own uncle, I now tell my wife day to day. No, that's my own decision, except in cases like that. But when you are given to choose that this is not, your family are not welcome either by their character, by their behavior, the way they talk. Once you begin to see that, Madam or God, you are not in a marriage, I think you should start counting your teeth. First thing is that you stop reproducing. Once abuse starts, reproduction must stop. You can't keep reproducing your abuser. You can't keep bringing children into a home that is not a home. You can't keep bringing children to a crime scene, because children raised in abusive homes grow up to become abusive adults. Out of 3 children, you will find 1 or 2 that will be the abuser's child, that will have the abuser's tendencies, because that's how you raise them, that's how you train them. And then you decide what to do if you want to continue in the marriage. Nobody can give my own child any condition. It is even as a joke, the marriage is over. The marriage is over. I will be there with trumpets, I will be there with a mass choir. We are packing our things out, or his things out. If I have to flog her out of the house, to be given a condition for who? For me? That you disconnect from me? The sacrifices we've made, it should not be. I don't know your children, listen, you need to make your children emotionally competent. The ability to know the difference between right and wrong is not religion, it is morality. Make them emotionally, prepare them. Prepare them. That's what I do. I prepare you for marriage and I tell you the facts. When you meet someone and you begin to say, don't say, you are married, you are married. No, it is not for life. It is not till death do you part. And you should stop saying that nonsense, because it was not, that marriage creed is not in any scripture. It is not in the Quran. It was written by Thomas Cranmer in 1855. He was the Archbishop of Canterbury. He was the one that framed that marriage vow, the marriage creed, and it was to end the common law oppression in marriage by the aristocrats against the commoners. It was to protect the commoners. You don't know the history of that. You say, come and say your marriage vow, and you too, you just carry your mouth. In sickness, in health, that is in abuse too. Is in abuse. Is it written there? Is abuse written in your marriage creed? Anyone that tells you to choose between your family and your marriage, you choose your family and get the hell out of there. It is a setup for abuse. And at the end of the day, let me tell you what will happen. They will leave you. Because they stripped you of any and every form of dignity. You become without value. You become like a maid in your own house. And at the end of the day, like an object without value, you are discarded. They will eventually leave you and take you back to that family that you abandoned because of them. At the end of the day, you will go back home. That is, if you still have a home. Let me leave that. That is madness. The number of people that called me this week, it is ridiculous. What child would accept it? Can't you talk to yourself? Is this normal? Is this normal for you to, because you want to marry somebody, cut off the condition to cut off from, and you take that condition? Parents, parents that say, what can I do? They are married. What is marriage? Change of blood. The person is your daughter, except you disown. The person is your son, except you disown. And even in disowning, you can disown them legally. You cannot disown them biologically, because it is still your DNA. Let me move away from that into what the topic is for today. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Telling someone to stop work is against the law. It is called economic abuse. Section 12, subsection 1 of the Violence Against Persons Prohibitions Act says a person who causes forced financial dependence or economic abuse of another commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or to a fine not exceeding 500,000 or both. When you stop someone from working, even the government will not realize taxes from someone who is able to work and pay tax. You deprive the person herself, you deprive the person's family, because that person with their money would support their family. Then you deprive the government. It's a three-tier level of disenfranchisement. David, we are going on a break.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going on a break. Do not go anywhere, because Relationship 360 will return before you can say Relationship 360. So do not go anywhere. It is still Relationship 360.
No,
okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Relationship 360. I'm sorry, had some small technical glitches here and there, but it's all good. We will definitely weather it all through. Pastor Olumide highlighted some messages now that we should read out that will help along the conversation. 2 actually, and I'll read the first one. Good morning, Barrister Mr. David. I'm a victim too. My husband never told me in courtship that my family is not allowed. when we got married, he started showing it and saying that my family is not allowed and that I do not belong to them anymore. In short, he was insisting I changed my name a few months after the marriage. It was a war with him for 2 years and few months that I used with him. He even in the 2 years and 2 months that I used with him, he even wanted to disconnect me from all my friends and helpers, tagging them as third parties. I left the marriage with my baby of 1 year and 3 months and a pregnancy of 4 months plus. Barrister, I'm alone with these children now for the past 3 years. I'm enjoying peace of mind. He wanted to isolate me and kill all the dreams and future I would have built. But thank God I realized the evil and ran for my life. I do not want. She is the one saying this, so she does not want that fool again in her life. Thank you for all you do. Esther from Mowe.
Thank you, Madam Esther.
Let me take the second one.
No, let me just that is to show you that it is really happening. People are sending their experiences in isolation. Families don't allow that to let me tell you that marriage is an agreement. An agreement is a contract, and there are terms to every contract. There are terms and conditions. The first condition you must have is that you tell any man or any woman that you will work. Any person that doesn't want you to work will now know from time that, okay, this one will work. Oh, I agree, I don't agree. At least you guys will not waste time because you already know the terms and the condition. The second is that my family will be your family. Your family will be my family unless otherwise proven. Some people's families do not want to join anybody's family. They are hostile. But the assumption is that our families will be united. Everybody will have access here. There is no discrimination. Those are terms and conditions. You must tell any man or any woman that you will work. Anybody that is coming and saying, so after marriage, if the person now says, I don't want you to work, you just show we already agreed about. That's not even joke. We already agreed about this. Let me move away from that. We're going back into the traits to avoid while considering a choice for a spouse. Now, a lot of new people are listening today. I think I heard that conversation. The statistics in marriage in Nigeria today is that 1 in every 4 marriages would end in a separation or divorce by the second anniversary. 1 in every 3 women will suffer domestic violence or abuse in the first year of their marriage. In 2016, Shija report submitted that Nigeria loses an average of 300 to 350 women annually to domestic violence and abuse. In 2024, we had over 500 women lost in Nigeria to domestic violence in 365 days, which tells you that every day in Nigeria, a woman is dying because of her choice for a husband or a lover. In 2019, statistics showed that 87% of cases involving domestic violence, divorces, and separations were from couples of the Christian faith. 2021 statistics further showed that by 2025, the Christian or simple woman will more likely die from her marriage and its complications than any natural illness. Now, these statistics are quoted very well in my book. Last month, I launched a revised edition of my book, Just Before You Say I Do. And it is now in the market where you would have so many conversations, especially on these character traits. Now, I had told you that marriage is not a matter of religion. If it were, I think the Christians will have the highest rates of successful marriages. Marriage is about character. You are not marrying the religion of a person, you are marrying their character. So the most important thing is to know the character of the person that you want to get married to. And the only way you would know the character of a person is by dating. Dating does not mean sex. Dating is getting to know the character of a person, meaning you will spend time, go out, see the way he reacts under pressure, see the kind of the way he talks, the way he looks, how he behaves when he's under pressure. Is he abusive? You get to know his friends, his family, before you take that decision. However, the conclusion is that marriage is all about the character of a person, not his tribe or religion. Now, been doing this for about 25 years now, and in our, I think it was 2019, 2020, that we put together a list of our cases, and I don't know the idea that came to my head that day, but I was looking for the causes of failed marriages, and to every separation, divorce, or case of domestic violence, we found that this happens because a spouse is married to another that has one or a combination of these 7 character traits. And I found I was able to classify all the cases into people that married one of these 7 character traits. So I say clearly that if you marry anybody that exhibits one or a combination of these 7 character traits, your marriage is bound to fail. The first character trait you should not marry is a proud person. The second is a stingy or selfish person. Number 3 is a jobless or lazy person. Number 4 is a liar. Number 5 is a hot-tempered person. Number 6 is a malicious person. And number 7 is a jealous person. Today, I will just go straight to the jobless or lazy person. Now, I tell you categorically, do not marry a man who does not have a job, who tells you he has prospects. Do not also be with a woman who has no job. Now, when you say job, the word originally meant a piece of work, but has evolved to mean a person's regular occupation or a means of earning their income. Should a man who has no job or source of income get married? Should a woman who has no job or source of income get married? We have witnessed disturbing scenarios, women often funding their own bride price. We know a lot of women who married men who could not even pay their bride price, that the woman had to borrow him the money to marry her with. So, in essence, the woman was the one that married herself because she paid for her own wedding. Why would a man who has no income be your choice for a married partner, a woman who has nothing doing? The troubling trend persists. Jobless men seeking to marry successful women, not out of love, but for survival. And this is what you do not know. You cannot trust a person who has no means of income. They are nice to you because you are their source of income. And that is why some women will always tell me, I knew him when he had nothing. Today he's a big man and he has got, yeah, because you were the one he could settle with. You were the means of income. You never know the character of a person who has no money. They are always nice and courteous, but watch the day they begin to have money. The person that will greet you first will become the person that will walk past you without saying a word. Why? Because he now has money. Money is the way you know the true character of a person. Money is when you now see their character. You see, there's the jobless person, that is an unemployed person. when you use the word unemployment, it means the person has no current job but is looking for one. Now we have an unemployable person, which according to the Collins Dictionary means someone who is unlikely to get a job because of lack of education skills or a suitable character. Some people, their character makes them unemployable. They fight everywhere. I think it was just before COVID, someone came and was telling me about the daughter needed, I should help the daughter and everything. So I said, let them bring the CV. And I saw that she had worked in 4 places in less than 1 year. And I called her and I said, why are you always changing jobs? Then she said, she was making an excuse, is our boss. They just can't stand, they get jealous. She started with this jealousy and that somebody was jealous. In all 4 jobs, people were jealous of you and they sacked you. She was unemployable due to character, always fighting. Some are unemployable because they have no skill, no talent. You cannot be with someone who is, and that is why I wonder. Some people that time they would say that if you have tried to get a job, you don't have anything, get married, because there is a blessing that comes with marriage. That that is the money that you use to raise a child. The child brings the money from heaven. Okay, good. Let them go to Makoko and see all the children on the road there that forgot to bring the money that their parents will use to raise them from heaven. Nigeria has the highest population of children out of school because their parents will say they can't afford to send them to school. In Africa, between Nigeria and India, Nigeria has the second highest population of poor people in the entire world. It is always between India and Nigeria, the highest population of poor people. But they have children. Don't marry anybody that does not have a job. When I go to some churches and I see them joining jobless people in marriage, it is ridiculous. And being a pastor is not a job. Being clergy is not a job. You should have a regular job. And for a woman, we are talking of the virtuous woman. Look at Proverbs 31. The story of the virtuous woman. Verse 10. The virtuous woman works with her hands, invests wisely, and earns profit. That is in the English translation. There's no virtue in joblessness. If you went to school, marry someone that went to, if you are working, marry someone who is working. Men like this thing, going down to go and bring, you go below your social status, below your social class. By social class, I mean you go below. You are working, you are earning. You leave women that are in your category and you go and pick a jobless woman from the village and say you want to set her up. A woman that is not working, who has nothing. Oh, don't worry, I will set you up. Listen, 1 billion times 0 is 0. That is why each time you will say you invested 5 million, you open supermarket, you don't see any profit. Why would she make profit? What was she doing? If she was selling pure water before, at least you can invest in her pure water. She would upgrade, become bottling water. Now herself will have a borehole where she digs and processes her pure. You can invest in something. But you marry people that you can't invest in anything. The Bible tells you in Thessalonians, if anyone will not work, neither should they eat. Stop joining jobless people. The reward for joblessness is not marriage. Then the woman will now carry the entire bulk of the matter, and you want the woman to submit to you that have nothing to do but get her pregnant? And some people will be saying, oh, submit to what? But the problem was the woman's in the first place. How would you, of all the men that asked you out, you picked a jobless person because you liked him, he loves you, he's always asking of you. He has time to ask of you because he has no job. You thought the attention was love? No, the attention was necessity because he needs you to survive. The lazy one and the jobless one are offsprings of the same parents. They are twins. Lazy is an adjective. According to the Oxford Dictionary, laziness is unwillingness to work or use energy. Merriam-Webster defines it as disinclined to activity or exertion, not energetic or vigorous. Cambridge calls it not willing or wanting to work or use effort to do something. Every definition of laziness is someone who just refuses. The Longman Dictionary describes it as not liking work or physical activity, not making any effort to do anything. So, in essence, laziness is disinterest in effort, resistance to action, averse to movement, allergic to responsibility, hostile to growth. They talk. Lazy people talk. Proverbs 14 says, all hard work brings profit. Mere talk leads only to poverty. Now, the problem is laziness is camouflaged. People think that laziness is somebody that sits on the couch, is not doing anything, just watching TV. No, laziness has upgraded. Laziness now has a job. Laziness now goes to work, but they will not leave that level that they are in because the exertion to sit for an exam to get themselves promoted from that level, they will not do. They are confident and comfortable on that level. So if they marry someone and the person wants to aspire, they keep telling the person, hey, all this one, you don't want to be reading, you want to be, aren't you grateful for what God has done for you? They avoid going the extra mile. They kill anything that comes to them to grow. You marry a lazy person, they depend on others to carry their weight. They always seek shortcuts. They become very defensive when confronted, contentious, even malicious. Lazy people always envy the success of others. They always criticize them because they are not like them. They refuse to make the necessary effort to attain success. They are just there. You are telling your husband, you are telling your wife, why don't you try this, do this? They are just comfortable because they have somebody feeding them. Marrying a lazy person is a dangerous gamble. It marks the beginning of suffocated dreams, frustrated efforts. They will drain your energy. They will discourage your initiative. They will undermine your productivity. And if you dare to shine, they will try to dim your light out of resentment. They use emotional manipulations all the time. They will wear you out by slander. A lazy person, it's ridiculous. Look at the Bible. The first rejected offering was a lazy offering from Cain, who eventually killed his brother Abel. Laziness is envious. They envy success. The first murder in the Bible was as a result of a lazy offering, thoughtless offering, lacking in excellence, careless, offering something to God and you just go and pack, you know, like you're packing refuse. Laziness is more than a habit. It's a killer of purpose. They never will go somewhere and they will not allow you that have somewhere to go. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. See, the exploitation of children between the ages of 5 to 11, particularly when you look at the International Labour Organization's charter, you will find out that, let me not start quoting, look at globally 160 million children are involved in child labor. Nigeria alone, estimated according to the International Labour Organization, ranked 10th in the world for child labor. A shocking 28.7% of Nigerian children are affected, 29.9% of girls, 27.5% of boys. It is a loud indictment on the widespread parental joblessness and laziness. See parents that are not doing anything, having 7 children. Go and do birth control. If you are not productive, stop reproducing. One trend is lazy men seeking educated, hardworking women, only to forbid them from working after marriage, and they just kill capacity. Marriage is not a job application. If they don't have a job, let them go and have a job. It is the first thing. What do you do? It's not what prospects. Well, what is prospects? Can you see prospects? Can you take prospects? Oh, he has prospects. He has ideas. Let him take the ideas to the bank. What are you doing with ideas? Even me, I have ideas. My dog has ideas. Everybody has ideas. We are not talking about ideas. We are talking about work. Bring somebody to me, say, he has prospects, he has ideas. Then let us see one of the ideas. We are tired of hearing. Let us see. You go and read another person's idea, another person's proposal, and come and propose it to you. And you say they have ideas. It's another one called religious joblessness, where people use religion to become jobless. A lot of people who went into ministry to become pastors are because they are lazy and jobless. They look for a place where everybody will go to work, and then they will sit down so that you come and give them tithes and offerings. Jesus, who was around there in John 5:17, said, "My Father works, hitherto I work."
More conversation, more talk.
More right after this.
Let me just go straight into that. There is another phenomenon called jobless by religion. That is where people tell you, "Oh, I'm an imam. We don't work. I'm a pastor. God has told us, separated us for ministry." So they don't work. They tell you that they are called, so they cannot have a regular job. Now, this is very interesting, because when Jesus came, if God dropped manna in the wilderness to feed the Israelites, if ravens came to bring meat to Elijah when he ran away from Ahab and Jezebel, then Jesus did not need to work as the Son of God, but he still came and was a carpenter. If Jesus could have a job, who are you to say God told you not to work, when God's only begotten Son came to this world, who existed before the world was created and still was a carpenter, and then you come and tell us that God told you not to work? I don't understand where that even comes from. The same Bible that tells you he that does not work should not eat. That is why you need to lie to people. That is why you need to give fake prophecies. Tell us each time that this person will win the election. Tell us that this time there will be all kinds of things in Nigeria. Giving fake prophecies. Why? So that people would give you money. Special offering, building donation, this, that, because you don't have work. You have to depend on people. That is why you will need to manipulate them. Anybody that tells you, God, you're called, I've been called. Okay, just ask them, what actually does that mean? Does that mean you will not work? If they tell you they will not work, that God has told them to leave their job, it is a lie. It is not true. All the apostles had jobs. When Christ died, they went back to their jobs. And you look at the book of Acts, the fishermen went to fish. The publicans, everybody had a job. Paul kept saying that I don't beg you for money because I have a job. And he was a tent maker. But then they start with this, they are religious manipulations. Because of that, they stop for, they were lazy from the start. So who will not pay them? That's the question. Who will not be paying your children's school fees? Who will not be paying your rent? When you say God has told you not to work. There is nowhere in scripture. The only people were the Levites. And you are not a Jew. You are not a Levite because you don't come from the tribe of Levi. You are a Nigerian. You are an Igbo man. You are a Yoruba man. You are which quoting Levites. Even in Israel today, there is no such thing. At that time, they were under. It was a God system of government where it was the high priest, the prophets set above the land that made decisions. The prophets were the presidents. So when Jesus came, don't you think that thing about Levi ended? You don't need anybody. You don't need an intercessor. The veil in the temple was torn. There was no more need for Levites when Jesus died, because now you can go to God without any intermediary. So where are you coming from telling people you're a Levite from where? Let us see your passport. But then you had died about 2,000 years ago with Christ on the cross. Your role is no longer necessary. Let me end it there. Never marry a jobless person, physically or spiritually. No prophecy about I'm not going to work. At the end of the days, you start sending messages to people. Your son is going to school. We just need 30,000 to complete his school fees. It will now become our son, because they will be reproducing and sending to us. They will be distributing the children. There's a case I'm working on next week. I will tell you what happened on this same issue where you'll be distributing children. Please, let's go to the phone lines.
The phone lines haven't changed, ladies and gentlemen. It's 0201-277-0993. I have a caller already.
Yes, please let new people call. Old callers, our usual callers, please just pause. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Let new people call.
What's your
name? Good morning. Go ahead.
This is Elisha.
Elisha.
I'm 21 years. Yes. This is my first time calling on this show.
Welcome.
I always listen to this show.
Thank you very much, Elijah.
Welcome.
So, first of all, I'm 21 years old. I want to talk about the part that parents should just bring up children without having anything to do. Okay. I'm talking about my parents in this instance. Now, two of them are dead. Both my mom and my father, they are dead. But all thanks to the sister of my father, my mom, my father's sister. She's the one that take care of us. But since the way things is going now, I'm the one taking care of my brother at 21 years old, and we are 4, only boys. So I only work. I work for 3 of them. The one that my mommy that my daddy's sister cannot do, I assist her. Before I take care of myself, I need to work for 3 of them to go to school at 21 years old. So I want to say to parents that if you cannot do anything, if you don't have work and you keep on born children, giving birth to children, at the end of the day, those children, they will be the one to take care of you and take care of your siblings. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Elijah, can I talk to you? Hello? Are you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
When did your parents die? When did you lose them?
I was very young then. Let me see, at the age of 11 years.
At the age of 11, how did they die? Both of them together?
First of all, they separated. First of all, so when they separated, we were now living with my grandmother.
So who was taking care of you when they were separated?
My grandmother. At that time, we were in the village then.
So why were your parents not taking care of you? Your father wasn't taking care of you?
Because my dad was a prophet, so he always goes to people compound to pray. Although he had power, so he do all this miracle for people.
But he could not. He could not save his
Did
own
you just
self.
say he has power?
He could not save his own self.
Yes.
I heard that too.
So my mommy abandoned us when they separated. So we were staying with my grandmother there. There's this one of the my auntie. She was staying in this Lagos then. So she will be sending money to us. She will be sending money to us.
So wait, when your father, you said he had power, but how come you were living basically on charity? He didn't have power as a prophet. He didn't have power to provide food and send you to a good school, put you in a good house.
Back then, he did not do anything. He did not do any of them. Not do any of them. He just be going to people there.
He will just be going around praying for people, trying to
Yes,
so that they will give him money for prayer, right?
Yes, sir.
Prayer that is free. Okay, go ahead.
Around 2017, the elder sister to my father now took us to Lagos. He now brought us to this Lagos. So since then, we were living fine before. So as it's like this now, I'm the one taking care of
Well, wait, how are you? So you are the first son.
Yes, sir.
Huh. You listened.
And the first.
You listened to the program when I spoke about the first sons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last week.
Are you going to school?
I'm not going to school now.
But you are working so that your younger ones can go to school.
Before month end, they call me. Before month end, they call me.
Do you have my number?
Yes, sir, I have your number.
You send me
there
a
was
text.
the day that you share your number.
Yes, I will say it again. After the program, please send me a text. I'd like to talk to you and see. You see, this is what happens when irresponsible parenting. Huh? That the firstborn son always has to drop out of school so that his younger ones, he always has to work. He's working at 21, taking care of 3 other children that are not his own. It is well. May God continue to in fact, so let me just see. Did you go to school at all?
No,
He's dropped. I will talk to him and see how we can help him.
All right.
This is ridiculous.
I will go to the female line. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Barrister.
Good morning.
Good morning, David.
Good morning.
This is Vicky, sir.
Vicky, how are you? Vicky, you are not caller now. I said that let new people call.
Enduro, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm not supposed to call. I'm sorry.
What
That guy
happened?
sounds like an Aquaibo. That is the problem with our parents, mostly fathers. The mothers are still trying. Fathers will lose their job and refuse to work. The same thing happened to me. At 17, I hustled to finish school, secondary school. My younger ones dropped out. I started working. But I didn't do anything, just stayed at home. I had to sponsor my younger ones, baby children, in private school, not public school, because I knew they would not catch me.
Are you a first daughter?
I am the firstborn. I'm the first daughter, sir.
Vicky, it is well.
I
We
will.
will keep
Thank you
telling
very
them.
much,
Thank
sir.
you very
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much. Please let new people call. I would appreciate that.
0201465790.
Calm down. Say it again, please.
Okay. 0201465790.
For mail?
No, that's what female line.
For the
I called the male line.
Okay.
And the WhatsApp line 0809 507 5805. I'll take calls now. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Miss Barrister Damide.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Olumide is Barrister Olumide.
Yeah, we take
Thank
it. I
you,
will
sir.
take it.
The truth is always bitter. So I have a son who is in love with one girl. But before I knew is that all the time I will tell this your friend to find either to learn work since there is no money to go back to school. He said that the mother said that the prophet told her that they should not work. They should stay inside and be prayed that something good will come in. I said, how can he work? So it's when I got to know that him and my son have something in common. I told him that one will not happen. Not even when I'm alive that you will marry her in, because they say snake, they will born snake. There's no way.
Wait,
he doesn't want
a prophet told the girl that she should not walk.
He told the mother that she and her family should stay inside, lock themselves and be prayed that something good will come and meet them. Yeah. So, and when I now find out that where my son is headed, I said no, because there's no prophet she doesn't know. She doesn't want to work. Even there's a work they find her recently, was it early this year? She refused to go to work because a prophecy going from one church to another.
Just pull your own pikin, come out from that. May God end that. No, it's not God that will go. May you have the courage and strength to end that relationship.
Presence of mind.
It will not work.
I told my son not on my own watch, because since I know, before I even got to know that they're having something in common, I never see the woman work from one prophet to another. She can be your friend today, tomorrow you are her enemy.
Because prophet has said, you see, that is their job. That is their job.
I myself, I'm a farmer. So I don't see the reason why when they come, I give them something. So with that her daughter, I say no, it cannot work. Then my son is serious because it's tribal. It's not tribal.
Please don't worry. Bring your son. Let him listen. If he doesn't, if your knock is not heavy, bring.
My son is seeing love.
Don't worry, there's nothing like that. Thank you very much. God bless you, man. You see their work. God told them.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Galaxy from Badaji.
Mr. Bolaji, good morning. Thank you for listening and calling in. Galaxy. Okay, awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, from Badaji. Yeah, I want to correct one notion just made talked about now, sir, because I really love it.
Thank you. Go ahead.
When you said that lazy people, where that is not working, I want to say that there are some women that are not really working, but if you invest in them, they become somebody that they become big beside something creative, and you really applaud them at the end of the day. You don't finally.
Okay, sir. I hear you. You feel free to invest in them. Feel free. Invest in them.
No, because why I'm saying is that me I've seen.
Sir, you don't tell people not to work and then be looking for men that will invest in them. Let them work. At least the man will see something to invest in.
What I'm saying is that they might not be working, but they can be prudent women. If you invest in them, you will now see the light.
Excuse me. Let me ask you a question. They don't have anything to produce, but they can be productive.
Yes.
They are not producing anything, but they can be productive. They are just waiting for you to give them the money to be productive.
And it can be real at the end of the day.
I wish you all the best, sir. I wish you all the best, sir. I wish you all the best, sir. Yeah, I know. You've seen it. Continue. That's a prudent investment.
All right. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Barrister.
morning. Good morning.
I want to remain anonymous.
Yes, sir.
All right, anonymous.
And where I'm staying now, I have a couple. They just back into that compound. I knew them that they are just young people. But as time goes on, I became too close to them. So the lady was telling me all that she was passing through, that the parents asked her not to marry the boy. And that guy is not doing anything. So the lady was the one that paid for that house rent where they are staying. When the rent expired, the mama could not afford to pay again. I told her, what are you doing, a young girl like you? Productive, you are very...
No, you have 20 seconds.
What are you still doing there? So, before she now remembered herself, and now she's starting to look for a place to park in.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Tell them, a jobless person, a lazy person, that is not where to go. And contrary to what our caller just said, you don't go and look for a woman. You go and work only to say, there are some women that just give them money. They will be prudent. Are you joking? Are you joking? Wait, is that a business plan? Is that something to look forward to? Is that what I would tell my son to go and start just invest in this girl that is doing nothing? She might just. What kind of advice is that? Please, let's go to the next caller.
Yes, we're going to the next caller. Hello? Turn off your radio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, Ogami.
Please, I want to remain anonymous. I've been listening to your show now for close to 5 years.
Wow. Thank you very
And
much.
I want to say that I've been richly blessed
Thank
with
you
some
very
of
much.
your messages. And I'm an Uber driver, so I deal with transportation, and I have introduced this same program to as many people that narrated their stories to me.
Thank you, sir.
That they should try and listen to your program. It will give them a so quick one. Barrister, I would love that I have your contact. I'm in a crossroad as of now, and I need an urgent view on how to go about it. It will take a long time if I should continue explaining online right now. I would have appreciated it more if I can get your contact so that you can put me through on what I should do.
Not a problem. Please, I give my numbers out every Saturday. Every Saturday. So if you just listen, I would give it at the end of the program. Are you
Okay.
there? Please just
Okay, all right.
be ready at the end of the program. I'll give it out. Please.
All right.
All right, sir.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you.
And
Thank you very
thank you for introducing people to the program.
I just wanted to.
What again?
Let's leave it. We're going to. Oh, no, we still have time. We can actually take.
Yes.
Yeah, call too. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
morning. Go
I can
ahead
hear you.
now.
Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, sir. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning.
I'd like to remain anonymous.
Fine. Good morning.
Yes, good. Thank you, sir. Please, I'm having a challenge in my marriage. Me and my husband, we had misunderstanding over the years. I'm trying to resolve it, but it's not working. Whenever we resolve it, another thing will come up and we'll go back again, something like that. So recently, he brought a letter. And then the letter reads that we are ending our traditional marriage. That I should sign it. And there is a column for a member of my family to sign, or no column for a member of his family to sign. So I refuse signing the letter that I don't understand this content of letter, and it's not from a legal practitioner. Another thing is that we did not do court wedding. We only did traditional and church wedding. So I did not sign that one. That was not like making life unbearable for me. He wanted to put me under duress to sign the letter by fire, by force. So recently he brought another letter again. That this time I don't need to sign. That he has already signed it. He now typed it a divorce letter. So I was like, I will not sign it. And we are living in our own house, and we have 2 landed properties that we bought together. So
Okay.
I've been not fiscally contributed money to in buying the land, but over the years I've been the one feeding the children. And when we were building our house, he told me that because we built our house,
ma'am. Here's the thing.
He's not telling me that I should sign, and I said I will not sign.
We're about to go on a break.
Yes.
We're about to go on a break. Can you hold on?
Can you hold?
Can you hold on? Please just hold
All
on.
right,
Yes,
all right. Thank you very much. Relationship 360 returns in a bit. Do not go anywhere.
More news and information coming up.
Hopefully this person is here. Oh, he's gone. Yes, she's
okay.
she's no longer here. But let me see. Is it possible I call her?
To Elijah, who called and
Okay.
said he is working and taking care of his 3 siblings, that caller. So we have a Miss Modupe from Share Dreams who sent 10,000 naira to me now for Elijah. Elijah, you have 10,000 naira from someone. Please reach out to me after the program to support. This is really terrible because you just lost your childhood. You've lost all dreams because now your job is to raise 3 children that are not your own. Leaving your own life behind at 21. 3 children, and not 3 small children. No. Let's move ahead, please.
All right, let me see if I can take this call. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get her back on the line, but
awesome.
yeah, let me see if. Hello?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, sorry, hold on. Oh my.
Okay.
Didn't work. Hello, go on.
Okay, good morning, yeah. Please, Barrister, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, let me remain anonymous. Let me give it story of my test so that you take it to compare with other people. Like that man that called for Badami, I don't think you know what he's saying. That is bad encouragement. My wife died in 2004. After some time, my family said she married. I met one girl she doesn't have she has a child, but she said, not knowing that she just needs some certain things, but not to marry me. He said, you need this, I gave her, you need that, I gave her. She pretended as if she's trading. But at the end of the day, I discovered that all the things she said she needed, I gave her to continue the trading. At the end of the day, just called me one day that he doesn't want to take it.
Sorry, trading what?
She was selling all the foodstuffs.
Foodstuff, okay.
Yeah. So you want to stock a market, and I assist that to stock the market.
Okay.
And she wasn't productive after that.
She wasn't productive, but she was productive, but she was not producing to assist me and I said, okay, you say you don't want to take it. I said she has got all that she needed from me. I said, is that what you said? Yes. I said, okay, don't worry, I will get what I've invested in, I will get it back. He said, I cannot do that. I said, okay, you will see it. He said, no, men don't do that. I said, those men don't do it, they are idiots, not me. I took her to the station.
Because it's fraud, actually. It's fraud.
Yeah, I got a lawyer. We recover every dime.
Wow.
So my friends started insulting me. Why you can't do that? Men don't do that. I said, God punish all of them.
Language, please.
Language,
please. Let's be civil.
Okay, it is well. Thank you. We got the message. You have inspired some people to go and collect back everything that they spent. But I understand you. That is true. I think people should understand that you don't just throw money.
I recovered everything for the language I use.
Oh, you didn't hear what we were saying. Okay, no problem. Go
Let's go. Thank you very much.
I thought you couldn't know what you are doing, that I should not recover my property back. This same woman will go around duping men like that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It seems that the other caller does not know that. It says you should invest in them. They have no work, but just go and invest in them and they will become very good. Can you hear that? Does it make sense? Yeah. Let's move on. The last caller, please. Okay. That will be the last
Hello?
Hello? Well, I was not that call before.
Okay,
yes,
welcome back.
Thank you. Now, listen, man. Your husband... let me just give it to you. Your husband has brought technically traditional papers that you should sign. The bottom of it is that he doesn't want to be married to you anymore.
Yes.
But you are still staying there that I spent 20-something years with you, and we raised... How many children do you have?
We have 3 children, and this is our 20th.
So what do you want, man?
I want peace. I want us to settle, but he said no.
Oh, you want to remain with a man that does not want you?
Sir, he wants me to live with nothing.
Ma, I said, what do you want? You say you want peace. I don't understand.
He doesn't want the marriage again. He's still insisting. Then whatever we have, we share into 2.
Ma, that is not the case, man. This is not a sharing formula.
Okay.
What do you have? What do you have that you put in the marriage?
My money. I put my money.
Did you in the house? Did you?
Yes.
Whose name is on the title of the house?
It's Mr. and Mrs.
Okay, there you can have something. Your issue here, however, is that you want to remain in a marriage with a man that doesn't want you. That's what you actually want. And unfortunately, I'm not the one that would encourage that. I believe you should go to where you are loved and appreciated. I believe marriage is not by force. If he has brought papers, then, okay, because the house is yours, then find the alternatives. Both of you split it. You find you move on. Not that you be arguing. I want you to sign today. He did traditional one. He went to bring a court on. I mean, how many ways can he tell you he's no longer interested in the marriage? And you call me on air saying that you want peace. Is marriage by force? And I'm sure he must have been showing you all these signs, but you still just refused to leave until he had to go and type it out for you.
Sir, where will I live to?
It is good. It is good that both of you own the house, Abi.
Yes, we built it well even after our marriage.
Your money is there, or his
yes.
Okay, but it doesn't even matter. But your names are on the title, and then go to court and then check for his splitting formula. Leave to where. Then if he can, you bring your terms and conditions. Let him get somewhere for you till you split. You are able to split the money for the house or value the house, and then he gives you in finances half of the value of the house. It's simple.
Okay, sir.
I wish you all the best, though.
Thank you very much for calling.
I have to.
Okay.
What are you aiming?
Okay, no problem. You go ahead.
I'm going. Thank you very much, everyone. I just pray that you listen and stop making foolish assumptions. Now, the word foolish there means lacking judgment. That means that you are making wrong decisions because you just want to do what you want to do, or what somebody has told you, or a prophet has seen a vision. So today by 12 noon, I will be at ST&T Regency Schools, their Parents Teachers Association meeting. I think that's around Remi Fanikayode Street in GRA Ikeja. I will be speaking in the parents and the PTA in their PTA meeting by 12 noon today. Secondly, this month of July, there will be no purple curtain. The Purple Curtain is a program every third Saturday. There will be none this month. That day happens to be a day that is clashing with a very, very important event, and it will not hold for the first time in how many years. So sorry for those of us who have already planned. Please, the Purple Curtain will continue next month. I announced and appealed for people to join our volunteer network across all local government areas and LCDAs in Lagos State. We have people who are standing alongside with me in the fight against domestic violence and child sexual abuse. Please, for those of you who might want to join, you can, just send me your name, your local government area, and your WhatsApp number. Just send it as a text. Your full name, the local government area where you are, and your WhatsApp number. Listen, we don't give, it's not a place to give money, it is a place to join with others as we help to fight against domestic violence and abuse in our area where you live. Those of us who said they wanted to join, that you've been sent the forms and you have not filled. We cannot continue until you fill that form. It's just a very simple form. Please, for those who signified, we're still making calls out because what we are seeing out there is very terrible. Now, the revised edition of my book is out. Some errors were in the first book, some typos, and then there's fresh information also in this, the revised edition. It's still the same price. All what I have just taught you today is in that book. It is titled Just Before You Say I Do. I think everyone should buy, either for their children, because your children must be prepared. It is not when it is happening, then you now be rushing to buy the book. You must have prepared your children beforehand so they know what to run from, what to gravitate towards. So they should know how it is. And even you, the married man, having issues, the married woman, peaceful marriage, you need this knowledge. You need to just, there is nothing, you should listen to people who have read the book telling you what it is. Someone called me and took 200 copies. Another person called, you remember, Reverend Adeyemi, who bought almost 400 and then paid for other people to have it at a cheaper price. And someone has already ordered for 750 copies. I thank God that it is blessing people, but you need to get it, because I need us to end the spate of failed marriages and domestic violence here. Please reach out to me if you need a copy of the book. We will find a way to it. Is 10,000 naira. Please, there is a matter that I want to ask for help. Last year, a woman lost her husband and was left with 4 children. And after a while, the older sister of the late husband came to her and said, listen, I don't have money to give you, but I can help you train one of the children. I can take the burden of one child. So she took the one daughter out of the 4 children and started helping. After a while, the daughter now sent a message to her mother that the son of their auntie, that is their late father's sister who took her, the son is sexually molesting her. So the mother said, please return this child to me. While they were still on it, the second son of this same aunt now came from Lagos to visit them. This happened in Enugu. Now came from Lagos to visit them and said, you know what, don't worry. I will bring you to Lagos. You come and do holiday. Then afterwards, you would go back home. Just take you away and have some holidays in Lagos. And they agreed, just in a bid to settle the sexual molestation issue between the cousins. He now brought her to Lagos, and after a while, when they were expecting her back, he now sends a message to the parents and says she's no longer coming back to the village, that he wants her to start school in Lagos. Took her to Lagos September last year, and they don't know where this man lives. Just know that the mother is in the village with the mother of the child. 2 weeks ago, this man that brought the girl to Lagos State just sent a message to the mother that they should come and take their daughter. The daughter is in one hospital, and apparently the daughter has run mad. The daughter was brought to the hospital in chains. She was biting and spitting at everybody, and she's just 15 years old. So they didn't know what to do. This man blocked the entire family, so nobody could call him to ask what exactly is going on. We gave you a child that was vibrant. Now you're sending me a message that we should come and pick her at so hospital, that she has run mad, that is gone mental. So the younger brother, the older brother of this woman, reached out to me that please, someone gave me your number. We don't know what to do. So the girl is in Aja. Some money was sent to the mother of the child by this same man that brought the girl to Lagos State. Said, we send money to you, come to Lagos, come and take the girl to the village. She has run mad. That is just it. And then blocks everybody again. So they said, what do I do? What do they do? I said, let the mother come to Lagos. So she came 3 days ago, and they went to see the girl. The girl recognized the mother, and but the thing is, she's no longer coherent. She can't really talk. She's just saying things that are not normal, and I'm taking up the matter. However, we need to get her to a psychiatric hospital. We partnered with Life Prest Hospital. If you've heard of Dr. Naya, very fantastic, and she also helps us in cases like this. We need this girl to be able to tell us what happened, and she needs treatment. And I would like some of you to partner with us. It is expensive in a psychiatric hospital, but whatever we can raise, we need this girl to be able to tell us what happened to her. How can we give you a child and you return in less than 1 year? She's mad. I know that she has been sexually abused. That one we have found out, at 15. But what happened? Who did it? Before we go ahead to press any further, I've already involved the ranks of the police, but we cannot work without medical evidence. We don't have the funds that is required to get her into the hospital. The hospital we use is Life Crest Hospital right here in Aja. Please, we need help for this girl. She's currently totally, for lack of a better word, mad. But the drugs are making her less aggressive. She needs treatment so that we can find out what happened and then prosecute whoever did it. But the conduct of this man blocking everybody, totally unacceptable. My number is 0909-3214-942. 0909-3214-942. Once again, 0909-3214-942. Elijah, reach out to me, a gentleman who is raising 3 children, 3 of his siblings. Someone has sent you 10,000 naira. Please reach out to me so I can send the money to you. Thank you very much. Please follow me on Facebook, Olumide Omoshebi, or Barrister Olumide, where you will see some of these videos. By this evening, this session will be reposted on YouTube at the Gnosis Help Initiative. Gnosis, Gnosis, on YouTube, the Gnosis Help Initiative. So you can watch this session again on YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a fantastic week. And please, we need your support. God bless.